you want to tell the story?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, actually, Greg and I met, I think, we're going on 12 years together.
Yeah.
We met in August, because I can remember it was just a few days before your brother's birthday. That's why you guys were actually out. But it was so funny, because I was out with my employees where I was working at the time. For months, they kept telling me, Tara, you need to come out with us. You'd be so much fun. You need to come out. I'm like, no. I'm not doing this. So finally, like, all right, one time, and that is it. I'll go out with you guys. We'll do whatever. So we ended up going to go play cornhole at one of the bars, and then walked across the street to go to another bar. And then we went out to the patio, and you were selling raffle tickets, I believe, is what it was.
Yeah.
And then you were going around selling raffle tickets, and this group that was with us, one of the girls, she was very, very, very outspoken. And she went up to you and said, hey, can I see your hand? And put your hand out. And she looked at it and goes, you need to go down and talk to her. And so you did after that. After she said that. And then after that, we talked. You went and helped with karaoke, because that's who you were with. Yeah. And then you helped for a little bit. Then you'd come over and talk to me. And then, I don't know, after that, it was almost like I was more of a homebody. But after that, I was go and see if I could meet up with you.
Yeah, she stalked me.
I didn't stalk you. I did not stalk. I did not stalk.
But no, it's pretty much how it happened.
Anything you want to add to it that I'm missing?
No, you got it.
I got it right?
Yep. Once I got to know her, I realized that she was really passionate about helping people, and because we did the mittens to mittens. There were several things that we did. The chili cook-off, you were involved with that, and just your passion for it bounced between healthcare and food. But yeah, it was always
yeah. You were always really supportive.
Yeah, I always try to be.
Yeah, especially I could always go to you and ask you a question and get the creative side that you have, which was always like, we've always been a really good team.
Yeah,
when it comes to that, I'm more of, let's just fly by the seat of my pants kind of thing and just do it. And you're more of like, hey, let's think this through. Let's find a creative touch. So we've always really meshed really well, kind of balancing each other out.
Yeah, we have.
So when I brought up the idea of the magazine, I can remember, like, we were in the car going for a drive like we typically do, just getting out of the house for a little bit and checking things out. And I'm sure, looking back, I see it as, oh my gosh, it just came to me just like that in the car. What do you remember about it? What did you think when I asked you about bringing up or starting a publication?
I didn't hesitate at all, because I saw the potential in it. You always say you want to help people. And up to that point, it'd been like one person at a time, one client at a time. This is your opportunity to help tens of thousands of people through the magazine. And I felt like it was the first time that I could actually help contribute outside of just helping you carry food in for caterings and stuff like that. So I thought it was a great idea. And from the very start, taking on kind of an attitude of wanting to help others, I saw that it was a great opportunity to help small businesses that are health related, and not just exercise and fitness, because the first, exercise, fitness, and nutrition, that's the only things that people usually equate with health. They don't think about, what about your mental health? What about your spiritual health? What about illness prevention? What about your home environment? Are you going home to a stress-filled home? You know, is there domestic abuse in your home? That's not healthy. So when you mentioned that, I thought the three things we needed to focus on this magazine was holistic health, total health, not just exercise and nutrition. But the focus of this magazine was to help small businesses get their word out, because there's literally tens of thousands of small businesses, everything from psychiatrists to you name it, that could benefit from getting their message out, and not focusing on large corporations in healthcare, but the smaller businesses. All of Northwest Ohio could be included in on this. So I thought it was a great idea. I think that there was no hesitation at all. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, you were, because I know, like I said, it just came to me like that. Like, what do you think about a health and wellness magazine? And I started to explain it a little bit more to you as like, this is what I envision. This is bringing small businesses together. This is the small businesses unifying to help the community with situations that they don't even know that they need help with. It's educating, and that's what I found. Like, oh gosh, what's Greg gonna think? Like, oh, here you what? And you were. It was almost like an immediate. Like, I think that's a great idea, and that I was kind of shocked on how just taking this little idea that I was thinking, and it made sense, and you were like, yeah, you can do this. This makes sense. This is your plan B. And I would have never expected that in a million years of praying over it, that it would have led it into this movement.
Yeah, we mentioned that if you're going to do this, make it a movement. Don't help one person at a time with a meal here, a meal there. Help tens of thousands of people with every issue, with every edition of this publication. So yeah, I thought it was a great idea. And then if you remember, years and years and years ago, we said, wouldn't it be neat to have a community health fair? And not just a small community with 500 people in attendance, but like 10,000 people in attendance, like huge. And so I could see where this would piggyback off of Healthy Me Journey and off of Healthy Me Magazine.
I think as a community, I am one that when I think it, I just blurt it. I'll just like, hey, this is a thought, and what do you think, kind of thing. And reaching out to other like-minded businesses, like, hey, this is this thought that I have. What do you think? It has been, what do you need? How? Yes, absolutely. What do you need? What can we do to help you? Overwhelmingly. I mean, even with, I've reached out to area chambers talking about this is what I'm doing. And even with the chambers, they're like, this is needed. This is something that I can see being a benefit. What do you need from us? How can we help you? I guess it's kind of foreign to me because, like, where my background is, it's really been, it's cutthroat. It's more like you don't have that collaboration that goes on, per se. That to have that feeling of what can we do to help you and let's work together here. It's an awesome feeling. It like I finally feel that I belong, if that makes any sense. Like, it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do. And the sky's the limit on where this can actually go. I don't know. What's your thoughts with talking with others? Because I know
I found it overwhelmingly positive, which I was actually kind of surprised a little bit, because I thought you'd have at least a small percentage saying I wouldn't do that. You've only had one or two people. Oh, one person in particular said I wouldn't do it, but every single person, all but that one, have had nothing but good, positive things to say, and they're like, whatever you need, I'm there to help. And that was positive affirmation that this is a good thing, and it's going to be a good thing down the line too. So, and then you and I, we both belong to BNI, that giver's gain attitude, where you want to help others. I don't care what comes back to me, just help others right now. In fact, there was a famous saying, and I forget who said it, but they said, I forget if it was Warren Buffett or, but they said, if you want to succeed in life, just help enough other individuals achieve success, and you'll get it yourself, which is BNI principle. And like I say, we got to counting through all the different chapters in this area. There's hundreds of health professionals in this area.
Yeah.
And a lot of them I didn't even know, or wasn't even aware of what they do. This is their opportunity now to get their message out. And I think it's just the feedback, the positive feedback we've had, just further exemplifies that we're going to take this in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think even the one negative remark and comment that we had, it was that's going to be hard. It's going to be really difficult. Don't do it because you're not going to be making a lot of money by doing this. And at the end of the day, how is it any harder than what I was already doing? How is it any harder than catering and working 20 hours at a clip and being tired and all that was hard work. This is just a different way. And I've always been a believer, like, hard work pays off sometime, somehow, somewhere. It will pay off. And like, I didn't look at that as a bad thing. I mean, I even thanked him when he said it. Like, thanks for your feedback, but I'm going to do this. It feels right. It feels right in my heart. It feels right in my mind, and it feels right in my spirit. And throughout my career, I can honestly say this is, and I'm getting all emotional about it. This is right.
I think so. And you mentioned a different, you said you're approaching this from a different way now. And that's what I told you right from the very beginning when you said that. I said, you are no longer one person doing one thing. You are the conduit that brings all these things together. You're completing a puzzle.
Yeah.
You're bringing the entire picture together, not just with two aspects of healthcare, but with all of it. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Luckily, with you already having background in publication, you actually did reach out to a person that did have a publication. And I think that was one of the most eye-opening, like, this is what you're getting into. This is what could happen. This is the process to take, like, things that we weren't thinking about, where, like, make sure you have this, make sure you have this. And it's been, I don't want to say it's been an easy process, but it's given us another way to look at things. So then we go back, like, okay, we got to take care of this. Where can we get this information? How do we get this information? And reaching out. And I don't know, maybe I'm saying something that is not true, but I think that by bouncing the ideas off of one another, and then also having an experienced person to talk to, has really been, it really hasn't been this up and down roller coaster, or it's been a lot of encouragement and a lot of education.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't really. I mean, there's a lot of things to think about.
There
We've
is,
we've got
yes.
our long list, and the magazine came along great. I thought just took one full day and sat down and tried to crank that out. And you're right, reaching out to once again, you and I, between the business organizations that we belong to, we know literally probably thousands of people, and we got the lawyer involved to get us the LLC and get everything set up from a legal standpoint. It's just been so far real smooth. A lot of things to worry about and take care of, but it's been really smooth. I thought.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the stress is going to come at some point. Like, oh, we have these deadlines to come. But in a way, it's almost like it's, I don't even know if there's such a thing, but it's been a fun stress. It's like, oh, we need to get this done by the end of the week so that way we can get here. Or we need this template taken care of so we can go ahead and show advertisers and all of those things. So there has been a lot that's been put on you right from the very get-go. But now I think it's going to be a little bit more even keel.
Yeah, I agree.
You're going through that experience, you're right. Absolutely right when you say that my passion and like my niche is really with cancer patients and preventative care and aftercare during treatment, all of that realm. And I think a lot of that was when my stepdad was going through cancer, and we knew he only had months to live. My life changed, my kids' life changed because of that situation. And I think looking back, that's how everything changed for me. That's when I decided I didn't want to just be a chef. I wanted to learn more on how I could help. And I didn't feel that, being a chef. And so I did take certifications. I did take more classes. And I can remember the one time in particular, especially going to cancer treatment centers in Chicago. When I went to Chicago, got a certification, and I was extremely proud of that certification and just seeing that experience. Like, they took us into the hospital and showed us, like, this is a room that patients go through. This is the room where when they go through treatments, and people that have lung cancer and brain cancer, this is what they have to go and do, and they're basically molded so they're still. Like, all of those things that they went through, and it hit me hard. And then coming back after having that certification, I was really proud of it. So I posted it on Facebook. And I think when things really turned for me is seeing my step grandmother had a post in there. Her comment was, "Now that you know what you know, do you think that you could have made a difference in Mark's life?" Yes, absolutely. And even though I couldn't save him or help him or assist him in any way, now I look at it as that was the voice that's always in the back of my head saying, help others and do it the best that you possibly can. Educate them. Because if he would have had the education when he was going through what he was going through, it would have been a different circumstance. Absolutely. And now that voice is always in my head, thinking about that. What can you do to help others so they don't have to go through those situations, through education, through the publication, through cooking classes, through the journey itself? Because everyone goes through a totally different journey. My journey is not like your journey. Your journey is not going to be like your brother's or your sister or your nieces and nephews. Everyone has a different journey that they go through.
Or put someone else's voice in.
Right. That's what we need.
The name of the magazine? Healthy Me Magazine.
Well, not only that, but Healthy Me Journey. I mean,
And-
that's
and
the umbrella.
Healthy Me Journey is the umbrella, and that's the catalyst that's going to drive the magazine. Eventually, we would love to have a health fair. Big community health fair. I mean, huge. And it should be a fun, exciting event. Bounce houses, all that kind of stuff. Get the families, get the community together to celebrate good health. We've been to some recent health fairs with mixed results. I mean, I'm looking for something really huge, and this could be the Healthy Me Journey could be the catalyst for all that to happen. So I'm excited about that too. I think the future is going to be really exciting for the entire Northwest Ohio community.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you get healthy communities by starting one person at a time. And by having this magazine, circulation of 10,000 people, 10,000 copies in circulation, you're affecting... Just to start, yeah. I could see this really taking off really big, but yeah, I'm excited.
I am too. Well, thank you for being on today, even though you're my husband and you should be, but also just being the supporter and taking this new role, because I mean it's a partnership. You know, I said that from the very beginning, that it's not only me. This has to be you too. So thank you for being open and taking yet more time to be with me. I know you hate it. But I think we're going to make a great team,
I think so.
as we do with everything else.
Yep, and I think this is going to be a really huge success for all of Northwest Ohio.
Agree.
Yeah.